Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Craig. Today, we've just had Australia Day, and one of the things that everybody thinks of when it comes to Australia Day is Australian lamb. Best in the world, other than maybe New Zealand, but they love their lambs a little bit more than what we do. So we've got our leg of lamb. I went to my local supermarket, grabbed a half leg. It's quite a large half leg. It's almost 2 kilos or 4 pound. This will fit nicely in my pressure cooker. Now I've got my pressure cooker sitting here. It's heating up, sitting on warm or saute mode. So I've got a little bit of oil in the bottom, so that's going to take a little bit of time to heat up until it comes to a nice hot temperature. Now we've got to brown the leg of lamb, but we've also got to add some herbs and spices to it. Now in here I have 1 teaspoon of cooking salt. I have my mortar and pestle here. Now, you might be thinking, what's a mortar and pestle for? Well, I want to grind some of these herbs and spices up a little bit more than, you know, chucking in 1 bay leaf. So I'm going to actually take a couple of smallish bay leaves there, like that. Now, you need to crush these up, but I'm going to use a mortar and pestle. Actually, first I use my hand and break them down a little bit, like that. Then grab my mortar and pestle and break them up a little bit more, because I don't want big pieces. Just want it broken down. They've been crushed up a little bit. Alright, so we're going to also add that to our bowl. Now we also need marjoram. So we're going to add 1 teaspoon of marjoram. Ground ginger, we need another teaspoon too, so as well. We need some thyme. Got no time. I've got time. Yeah, bad joke. Alright, so we need 1 teaspoon of thyme too. Done. We need 1 teaspoon of dry sage. Now, I had to get some new dry sage because I didn't actually have any, so the supermarket was good for that one. 1 teaspoon of dry sage, 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Fresh is always best. Rosemary. Now, what's lamb without a little bit of rosemary? So I've got some rosemary leaves here, which isn't the whole rosemary stalk. So these are like the little bits. So 1 teaspoon of that as well. There we go. Now these are our dry ingredients, so I'm just going to mix those together a little bit. Oh, that's looking nice. You can see all our mixed herbs and stuff together. Alright, so now this hopefully has heated up. We're going to put our lamb into our pressure cooker. The downside in. Oh, come on in. Just wait for that to come up to temperature. We'll be back. Alright, so you can hear that bubbling away and browning on that side, so we're going to give it a wiggle. Up it comes. And flip it over. Like so. Because we want it to brown on both sides before we start adding all our other bits and pieces in there. Alright, back in a couple of more minutes. Okay, so now we've browned it on all sides. It's time to start adding all the spices in here. Alright, so you might be thinking, did I see Vegemite there? Yes, I did. So, Vegemite. great Australian spread, but also great for cooking. So we're adding 1 tablespoon of Vegemite into here. We're also adding in 3 teaspoons of ground ginger. 1, 2, 3. We're also adding in all of our herbs and spices that we just mashed up. Now, it asks for beef broth. Now, I always have my beef broth frozen in the freezer. So I'm going to add in 2 cups of beef broth. Probably best to put that underneath. Go. That'll start melting down nicely. Now, I'm going to leave it uncovered at the moment until we get a lot of that stuff sort of mixed. So I'm just going to grab a spoon. Be back in a second. Alright, got the spoon. Now, as you can see, there's the Vegemite I've got in my spoon there with the garlic. We'll just mix it around underneath, making sure everything gets started to be liquefied. Go. It's starting to all melt down in there. Alright, so now that it's all been mixed up in the bottom there, we're going to add the lid and cook it for 40 minutes and then add the vegetables. So, let's whack the lid on. There we go. Add the jigger. Alright, let's let this sit and process for 40 minutes. While it's doing that, let's get our vegetables ready. I'm going to time lapse that. There's no really need to talk over this bit. Alright, let's go. Alright, so it's now been cooking for 40 minutes under pressure, and it's time for us to release that pressure and add our vegetables. Alright, let's release this thing. And that's been released. Pop this open. Alright, now we're just going to take the meat out quickly so we can put the vegetables in the bottom. Alright, so for our vegetables, we have potatoes, cut into, nice sized potatoes. Put those in. We've got onion. Now I've cut the onions into 1/6. They will break up and break down into this, but that's okay. We're going to find those later, but they're mainly to help flavour the rest of this meat. So we'll just put these in the bottom. And we've got some carrots. I've peeled the carrots and I've cut them in half. Go. And our vegetables. Let's grab a spoon. Let's give that a stir around to make sure everything is in there and all coated nicely. And last but not least, put our meat back in. And now to finish this off, we put the lid on. We put our weight back on the top. And we set this thing to cook on high for 25 minutes. There we go. We're back in 25 minutes then. Okay, so it's been cooking for about 25 minutes now under pressure. Time to release that pressure. Alright, so that's now been released. Let's open this one up. Okay, as you can see in here, the meat is nice, but first we're going to take its temperature. Oh, so it actually has got up to temperature. It's got up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit and 82 degrees Celsius. So that's a good thing. It's cooked. Let's get this out. And as you can see, the potatoes are starting to be extremely soft. So I've got them at the right time, so they're totally cooked. All right. Well, that is Mediterranean lamb, cooked in a pressure cooker in 1 hour and 5 minutes under pressure. So not long at all. Vegetables are all nice and yellowy with all that beautiful juice infused into it. The carrots are awesome. And the meat just smells amazing. Alright, well this has been a Cooking with Craig segment. This has been a Mediterranean lamb. If you see anything you like in this video, make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to leave comments, questions, or things I can be doing better in these videos. Leave it in the comments field below on YouTube. Maybe, do you have another lamb pressure cooker recipe that you might want me to try out? Leave it in the comments field below. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, get notified when I do these Cooking with Craig segments. My daily vlogs, Urban Explorer, What's in the Box, Checkout Basket, you name it, I film it, it ends up on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button. And until next time, see you in the next video.